the Bible or from the Quran or from a religious text. I can get the knowledge of something from someone else. So that is epistemology and ontology. Do you understand this four?
Yes.
Now variations in this is what gives us the schools of thoughts. Do you get it? For instance, when you look at, I use a number line to try to explain it. But the number line, honestly, is not all the schools that are there. There are many of them out there, especially every time the set is coming up, you always have a different school of thought of doing something. But then the ones we know in history are the ones we capture here. And the ones we know in history, when you put them on the number line, we have those who are at the far extremes. The far extreme here, we call them positivists. And the next far extreme here are called constructivists. And please note, this positivist, if it's a university, if this is the best university in the world, you know what it is, right? If this is the best university in the world, KUSC, you have different faculties. So this one here, positivists have different variations of them. But any variation here is significantly different from those over there. Good. Now, positivists would always subscribe to realist, let me put here, realist ontology, realist onto, and in terms of epistemology, which one is subscribed to?
Objective.
Very good. Objectivist. Episteme. You clear with this? Good. Now let's look at these two. What do you think they subscribe to? Subjectivists at both sides. Subjectivist onto and subjectivist epistemology. Have you seen that? Now, in between these guys, there are those who subscribe to realists and subjectivists here. Do you see that? Here we have, these guys take this one and that one, right? There is another one that take realists and subjectivists. These guys are here. There is another one that subscribes to subjectivists and objectivists here. These guys are here. It's a school of thought. But the guys that are in the middle, all of them, those three that are in the middle, all of them, when you pick them together, we call them pragmatists. Now, if you get this one, this understanding, let's look at this. Who are the positivist guys? See the way they think. See the way they think and tell me whether they are the mathematical people. Realist ontology, objectivist epistemology, they believe the truth is one. You only find one single way to find the truth. You are either with them or you are against them. And these are the quantitative people. Most sciences, natural sciences, chemistry, physics, engineering, mathematics, statistics, all of them are here. But that's the way they do their things. Don't you see the way medical doctors and the way the physicists talk about something? They will always want to have value about something in order to make a decision. And they have one way of doing something. Again, let me use this to make us understand it better. This is science and this is art. This one here are the science backgrounds. And these over there are the arts. Now, what's the difference between science and art? What do you think is the difference between science and art? Yes, Rita.
The science, they follow systematic orders.
Very good. Systematic orders. And then art.
And the art,
Human.
anytime it happens, they just come out.
Human intuition.
Human intuition.
Human intuition is more there. Very good. Very good. I like that. Even though there is a particular definition, but I think it's very, what you said if it's an exam is correct. You can get correct for 5 points. Correct for 5 points. Not 100 points. Okay, I increase. 5%. Oh, but I increase to 80%.
Hey. Over 100.
Okay. I like that. Very good. Yes.
You mentioned yesterday that the science they use quantitative approach.
Yeah.
Social science they use quantitative approach.
Exactly. But I'm just asking the definition between science. What you said is correct. I want to know the definition between the difference, the significant difference between science
And art.
and art. All the sciences together and all the arts together. There is one very particular difference. Let us say sciences will follow systematic way
Fact.
of doing something, which is very true. Okay, but I want a particular definition, summarized definition. Sciences, in sciences, all the sciences, put them together, they are doing the different things the same way. Like she said, I'm just rephrasing what she said. All sciences, they do different things, but they all do it the same way. And all the arts, all arts together, they are doing the same thing differently.
Oh, okay.
That's the main difference. Let's look at the examples, alright? In sciences, just mention any science background. Just mention them.
Biology.
Which one?
Biology.
Engineering, geological part. Geologists are the best in the world. You see, when you look at the engineering background, medicine, pharmacy, what else? Chemists, chemistry, physicists, biology, all of them, they are doing different things, right? But they are doing it the same way because all of them, before they make a decision, they will take a sample. That's the rule number one. The medical doctor, to make a decision on a particular sickness, they have to take a blood sample. And they take the blood sample to the lab and then analyze whatever it is, get the results, and based on the results, they can diagnose and they can find antidote or the medicine. You will agree? Now, engineers would always look at rock sample. Like in my area, in geology, we always look for a rock sample. Based on the rock sample, we go for assay results. Based on the assay results, we know the amount of gold there. If it's in the mines, to look at either high grade or low grade, and then we advise mining engineer to mine. The same way, right? If you look at geotech, in geotech, for instance, this building, right? In geology, we even work with the geotech as well as we have geotech geologists. We also have geotech working with civil engineers. A civil engineer can never come and build a bridge except he consults the geologist. Because some ground, we need to test the ground based on the weight and the dead weight. You have the weight and we have the dead weight. Right? There's weight of this building. And the weight of all the aircon and the people you put in there, all of us here, they measure everything in civil engineering. So when they put the structure there, they have a particular weight they want to put on this structure forever. It's not to put it today, tomorrow you take it home. You are putting it there forever. Therefore, you must make sure the ground where you put it can withstand this building. So the geologist will tell you, this ground, if you put this building here with the weight, in next 100 years, the weight, the building will go inside. But I forgot the term. Sink. Yes. You wake up one day, you are already in the grave. It's like you dig your own grave. Because as a geologist, we know some minerals, when the water enters them, they shrink. So if the mineral is in the ground, and you don't go and build and you don't test the ground and you put this building with the mineral, and then one day water goes through it, this building will start to sink slowly. Like it sinks, there's a building that sinks in Cambodia also. All of a sudden there was a sinkhole, and the whole building and the whole community went down. Like that. You don't test the ground. There are some minerals, when they are in the ground, water goes there, they bulge. So they will raise the building. You are in your house one day, you wake up, you are in a mountain top. Okay? But in such cases, the building will fall. Like in Singapore, years back, a whole building fell just like a paper falling down. Because there's a mineral down there that pushes the building up. By this, it doesn't happen like 1 day or 2 days. It's a particular period. Sometimes it can take 10 years or 20 years. And slowly, slowly it is there. One time you start to see cracks. That's why if you are there, all these maintenance engineers, they understand some of this is. When you see cracks, depending on the crack, the direction of it, if it's this way or that way or this way, we know what is going on in the ground and you have to test. We call it geotech. So you see, as a geologist, you will have to do all this analysis. They do the testing. You can see when they're building a place, they cover it and they bring this rig.
Yeah.
That's what you do. They drill between some few meters in the ground until they get to the mantle or somewhere to see the rocks that are there, whether they can withstand that pressure you want to put on top. And then we decide. And then after you decide, then you give the permits as a geologist. You give the permit to the building technologists with the civil engineer. And then they can go through and do it. So you see, coming back to what we were saying, they also take rock sample, analyze, and make a decision. Let's look at the pharmacists. What do the pharmacists do? Yeah, you're signing a break. I didn't hear that one yet. What do the pharmacists do? Now we go for break. Let me finish this part. What do the pharmacists do? The pharmacists will also do the same thing. They get the medicine done. What do? They test it. Animal testing, in most cases, right? After they test, then they come and administer to us to cure a particular sickness. So all sciences do the same thing. Now, do you realize the research we are discussing here is a science? Do you realize it's science?
Yes.
Well, I'm talking about hypothesis, and I'm talking about going to collect data, going to test, and after that you make a decision in the office. So we also use a sample, but our sample here is not blood sample, like the medical doctor. It's not a rock sample like the engineer. But what is our sample here? The society. The people in the society, they tell us what they feel. So based on what they tell us, we can analyze using a software. The software we have called SPSS, the medical doctors have their own software to test. That's the things they put the blood inside and wine it and all those things. That's their software. But our software in social science is what? SPSS. The software, you collect data from the people, whatever they tell you, take what you say, and I put it in there. Do you agree? Therefore, when you do research and you follow the scientific way of doing research by collecting data, where do you think you belong? Positivist. You are following the same way the medical doctor is also doing something. But the only difference is his sample is different from your sample. Do you understand? Yes. Good. If you understand this, then I'm very happy because that's the objective of today's lecture in the PowerPoint slides. Yes. So you see, positivists or quantitative people, scientifically, we call this the scientific way of seeking knowledge. They believe scientifically you can know this. Okay, now let's look at art. What's the art? We said art is the way of doing the same thing differently. Good. Let me play a music now and say all of us, let's dance. What do you think will happen? Oh, we will all dance. But we will dance differently. No twins, even no two identical twins can dance the same way. Do you agree? Yes. And you see, dancing and art is something that even if you train people like train people how to dance, how to do a particular dance, whether it's a can or ewe or any tribe dance, and then you sit back, you don't even know how to dance. Just sit back and watch. You can tell this one is better than this one. Even though you yourself don't know. Do you agree? And that's art. That's art. Art people are here. Why do we say it's art? Because they construct the reality. And art is something that it's a skill. It's a skill that it can be born with. But at the same time, some people can acquire. But if you are born with that skill, and then you also go and train, then you become excellent. You become untouchable. Someone who has the skill in dancing. Some people have the skill, natural. Okay? And then with that skill, they also go to the music school. And they learn. And they become excellent. So, such thing here, when you are here, the art people, and let's say, some people are very good in interviewing. Even if you don't want to tell others,